Welcome to the Game Changer Podcast. I'm your host, Elijah Bryant, and we got a special guest with us today. We got Andy Boz Houses. How you doing?
I'm all right. How you doing?
Yes, sir. I'm doing great. Appreciate you for coming up here.
No problem.
So let's bring it back to the beginning. You know, where you from, and let's talk about your upbringing a little bit.
I'm basically from St. Petersburg, Florida. But I was raised, when I was like 11 years old, I moved to Tampa. And then I was raised in Tampa until I ended up going to prison till like when I turned 18. So basically between 13 and 18, I was just in and out of trouble, selling drugs, stealing cars, stealing out the stores, like stealing out of clothes, all type of stuff. So basically 18, I ended up going to federal prison for selling drugs.
Wow.
So I got out when I was like 22. And then once I got out, I had me a job for like a year.
Yeah.
Did that working.
Let's rewind it a little bit. You got any siblings?
I got 3 sisters. I'm the only boy.
Okay. Do you think that influenced you in any type of way? Like having 3 sisters? Are you the oldest?
No, I'm like the third.
Okay. So now, did you say you were straight hustling? You didn't work a job at all? Like, what inspired you to start hustling?
Oh, just watching the dope boys in the street. Wasn't no parents. The mother was at work, working, to pay bills. Wasn't no daddy, no father figure around. So all I do is I looked up to the people in the streets. Then the people that had it, you see the drug dealers, they got the cars, the women, the girls, the money.
Facts.
That's what they wanted. Like, got tired of wearing them XJ900s to school.
Exactly. The shacks and shit. Like, I feel you. So now, like in prison, right? Did you get inspired? Did you like read books? Cause I never been, but I hear like a lot of people read books and stuff like that. So
I took prison as like my college.
What you mean by
I got expelled out of school in the 9th grade, so I never went past the 9th grade in school. I was in the 9th grade twice, then got expelled. So after that, I ended up getting my GED while I was on the street right before I went to prison. And then while I was in prison, I was just using that to I was doing stocks. Like every morning I woke up, I get the newspaper. And I chart the stocks. I had like 30 stocks I used to look at and just write down the prices every day for my whole 4 years.
Dang.
And then another thing, I took Spanish class. I took some real estate classes. All of the classes that they have in there, I was just taking just for something to do. And then I was also like playing sports and I was playing on the basketball team.
Okay.
So I ain't just waste my time in there like a lot of people was.
Yeah, that sounds like a whole college curriculum. Like,
Right.
Played sports, got knowledge, But all right, so now outside of prison, what did you do?
When I got out?
Once you got out?
When I got out, I had a job. Basically, I was, after my time was up, I had to go to a highway house for like 6 months. And I was over here in Tampa, right off of Hillsborough, the Goodwill. So basically, I was in there, and then while you're in there, you got to find a job. They give you like 14 days to find a job, but they'll send you back. So basically, I had a telemarketing job. I worked at Tampa Tribune, and then that's what I was doing until I got out of there. Then I got out of there, I went to St. Pete. Then I started working in a nursing home for like a year, washing dishes in the kitchen. Same thing I was doing in prison. In prison, they were paying us like 30 cents an hour to wash dishes. So we get a little $40 checks a month. Man, we doing something like.
That's crazy. 30 cents an hour.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so now, you're working these jobs. What got you into real estate?
It was a lot before real estate. When I was working, I ended up quit. I stopped working that job that I had, working in a nursing home, like after a year. Then I just went to New York. And I grabbed me a whole bunch of throwback jerseys and that baby fat when all that was hot.
Yeah.
I went and grabbed me some of that, and I seen somebody selling CDs on the side of the road, so I bought the whole bomb, the whole crate.
Yeah.
So I went back to St. Pete, and I just set up on the corner selling the CDs and then selling the jerseys and stuff.
That's lit.
So I did that. While I was doing that, I had signed up for trade school. So I went to trade school to learn how to paint cars. So that was I finished that in probably like a year and a half, and then before I got out of there, graduated, I opened up my own paint shop. So I got me a little booth, a little garage, and just started painting in it. And I did that for like 9-10 years.
How'd you learn?
I'm gonna tell you, I was skeptical, I was scared, like everybody else, be not knowing. I didn't know nobody that did it. I didn't know no workers. I didn't know nothing. So basically, what I did, I just went ahead and just said, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. So I hooked up with my mason guy, and then he gave me the plug on like the architect, the GC, and everybody. So basically, I just hooked up with them, and then used him to find majority of my workers. And then it took me like 11 months, and I built that first house.
And how much you sold it for?
I built it for like, okay, basically I got the lot. One of my homeboys, he was in the county. I had done sold him the lot when I was doing wholesaling. And so the city had done tore the house down, and they were finna foreclose the lot. Well, they had done foreclosed the lot. So I went and got it out of foreclosure, paid them what they needed to get for me to take it out, and then I paid him on the back end. So basically, the build with paying him, I was all in probably like 168 with the lot and paying him, and then I ended up selling it for like 292.
Sheesh.
So I made like 127,000.
Dang.
And then that was my first legal check over 100,000.
Yeah, I know. How does that feel? Because I haven't got one of those yet. So how does that feel?
It's like it changed your mind. It changed your mind about everything. Because when you see them zeros, all them zeros, it's like unbelievable.
You don't want to do smaller deals anymore.
Like I wouldn't touch a wholesale or flip right now. I don't do nothing but new construction. Because all our checks like that, and sometimes they get bigger. Like I got a project now that I'm working on that I built it all in. I'm at 200, but I just got it appraised for 481.
Sheesh, man. I need to get into this game, like. But let's talk about the process, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't know nothing about building. I know how to acquire the land, but I don't know how to build on it. So let's break down that process. So what's step one for you?
What I do, well, basically I do the boot camps too, where I show people how to do it. But basically step one, once you get the land, well, before you even purchase the land, you want to go down to the zoning department and see what you can do on it. Like a lot of people say I want to be a 2-plex, 3-plex, 4. No, all that, you can do say you want to do what you want to do. But if it ain't zoned for that, you ain't finna do none of that.
So you're looking at the zoning before you even acquire the land?
Yeah.
Like in the county, or is it like zip code?
In your city.
Okay.
Go down to the city and just go to the zoning department and let them know that either if you got an address or the parcel number. And then what you're gonna do, get them that and tell them what you're trying to do, and they'll let you know if it's zoned for it.
Gotcha. So now, what if you hear it's zoned for a quadplex, 4 units?
You can put your quadplex on it. You can put whatever you're doing. But right now we're doing single families.
Okay.
Single family homes, and some of them, on a single family home, you can also do an ADU on the back.
What's that?
Dwelling unit. Or apartment garage. If you look in the back, you see the 2-car garage at the bottom with the apartment on top.
On the top, like sort of like, it kind of look like a townhome.
Yeah, you can
Similar.
do that. It could be a single family lot. It just got to be over 4,700 square feet. Then you'll be qualified to get one of those. And then some people don't like doing the 2-story, so you can also do like an in-law suite. But the back unit got to be like 65% less than the front. So
Okay.
that would determine how big you can do it.
So once I find out the zoning, right, and let's say it's zoned for a single family, what's the next step after that?
After that, that's when you purchase it. Then when you purchase it, you get the survey. After you get the survey, you just go to the architect, get the drawing done. Then you get a lot of architects be engineers also.
So with the architect, how do I even find the architect?
Basically, it's different ways to find them. You can find them down at the zoning department. The zoning department. Go down to the city. You can go to the REI meetings that they have. Like, basically, all you gotta do is let people know what you're trying to do.
What you're trying to do.
And then you're gonna start finding them all the time.
What if I don't have the money?
To do what?
To even, make this play. Let's say, I got 20,000 in my account.
Well, what we do, we got a program where we repair your credit. We do it, basically we build using credit cards and hard money lenders. So we don't use our money. So basically, if you would sign up for the program, that'd be like 10, you got 20 grand, that'd be 10 grand right there. And then what we're gonna do is repair your credit, get you over a 720 credit score. Then we're gonna show you how to get the funding. Usually get everybody between 150 to 300,000 in funding. And then basically we use that to start. And then once we get up to like the foundation of the house, that's when the hard money lender come in and give you the rest of the money. So basically, they want to see you as skin in the game. So our skin in the game, it come off the credit cards. So we got to use our own cash.
So now we got the zoning, we got the single family. We got the money to buy the house to start now the construction, and we got the architect. So now once the architect draws it, is it now sent over to a builder?
No, after the architect do the design, then it got to get stamped by an engineer. Then after the engineer stamp it, then you got to send it to the GC, general contractor. Then he put in for the permit to build it. And then after the permit get approved, that's when you go ahead and start.
Okay.
And then the first step going to be to get a survey, a four-corner survey, where they're going to come out and stake the house. So basically they're going to put the four corners of the house. And then whoever you got going to do your footers, they're going to come dig around them four corners.
Now, how long is this process from where you're starting that foundation to...
Once you start digging, it's usually 4 to 8 months.
4 to 8 months.
Yeah.
What makes it, 4 months compared to 8 months?
4 months is somebody that got their team already, and you got people going right in and right after each other, knocking it out. 8 months is when you got people, like, after you're done with a job, you call the other person, they can't come out till like a week later. So now you got a whole dead week in between. So if you got a couple people that done did that, that's taking you another month or two away.
So in terms of contractors, are you having like 2 set of contractors, like a morning contractors, night contractors?
No, we got like, what we do, I teach you how to get like, we gonna get 3 different quotes on every job. So if somebody doing plumbing, we gonna get 3 different prices. And then basically we gonna just say, for instance, somebody say they're gonna do it for 10 grand. I'm gonna go to my other contractor and say, I got somebody doing it for 10, can you do it for 9? Or if not, what can you do? Like, can you beat them?
Yeah.
And then basically you gonna let them know that you got other people looking or other people about to do it, so they'll be willing to work with you if they want to get the job. And then basically you're gonna go with whoever could do it first. Yeah. Compared to like, you don't want to have nobody say I could do it for this price, but it's gonna take me like I can't get to it till like another 2 weeks. Like, it ain't worth that getting $1,000 cheaper waiting 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Because the time is money.
Exactly. All right. So now, with a realtor, do you get realtors involved in terms of selling the deal, like once it's built?
Yeah, you can get a realtor to sell it.
So they usually list it. Yeah,
I deal with some brokers, so I negotiate, the fee that I'm gonna give them. So my broker only pay like 1% to him, and then I could do the on the other side, I can get them 2.5 instead of 3, or I can give them 2. Like, I can negotiate. You can negotiate whatever you want because it's your stuff. Gotcha. But a lot of people don't know that. They just go ahead and pay 3 points on each side.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about a deal. Your biggest deal, right? How was that process?
What you mean?
Like your biggest deal in terms of, new construction.
Like that was like the one I just told you about. The one
okay.
200.
Yeah.
And it's appraised for 481. But what I'm doing, I'm not selling. I don't sell my properties. I refi them and then short-term lease.
So what you, for like the viewers that don't know what you talk about, right? Refinance, short-term lease. What do you mean by refinance and short-term lease? Like, what do you mean you don't sell it? Like, right?
What I do is, like, when you selling it, you selling away the wealth to whoever buying it. So basically the people that's buying it, they're gonna be able to keep getting money out of it when they refi. Refinance is when you got a mortgage on it already, but then later on the rates may get low, so you refinance, you get a lower rate and a lower price, and then you better take out some of your equity. That's like refinancing. So basically, what I'm doing with mine is I built it at 200. So let's say, for instance, I got 150 from the hard money lender. I use 50 off the credit cards. So when I get done, I get my CO, my certificate of occupancy. That means that the project's done, I can do whatever I want to do with it. So that's when I go ahead, I got it appraised, and then basically the refi, the company you're doing the refi with, they're gonna make you get that appraisal, and then they're gonna give you, I'm taking out $300,000 of the value of it.
So for the refinance.
Right, you get to take up to 75% off.
So what you mean by that, right? I'm a viewer watching, you're taking that money out, like that's cash now.
Right, and it's tax free.
And you still own the house.
Yeah, so basically, okay, if I take out the 300, I pay off the 200, so now the new mortgage company or whoever I got the money from, they got $300,000 worth of basically equity in it. And then the house worth 481, so it's like 181,000 equity left. So that's my equity.
Oh, so you could take out that 181.
Not really. You can't take all of it out. They ain't gonna let you take all of it.
Oh, not all of it.
But I still own 181. So if I was to sell it, then I could get my other 181,000.
Ooh, so dang.
But I ain't selling it, so I just pay back that 200, the 150 for the hard money lender, the 50 with the credit card, and I keep 100 for myself, tax.
And you keeping it as a rental now?
Yeah, and I keep the property, and then I just do Airbnb and just have that pay for itself, and make me still, just say for instance, Airbnb, my new rate gonna be like $2,500, my new mortgage when I refi, and then I'm usually gonna make anywhere from $35 to $4,000 a month doing Airbnb. So I got my money back, plus I make $1,000 to $1,500 a month on a property that I got no money invested into no more.
So what made you switch your mindset into thinking like this rather than when you first started wholesale?
Just learning the game, just being in it, seeing the ups and downs, just seeing the bottom, just know that it's steps. It's always steps in life. Like basically, I'm always growing. My whole mindset, my whole mentality is to grow.
Yeah.
And get bigger and bigger. Like right now I'm doing the single family houses, but next year I'm doing apartment complex townhomes. So I'm steady growing. Like I'm not never being satisfied.
Learning something different.
Right, and just keep elevating.
Yes, sir. So I know you're teaching, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about one of your student success.
Okay, we got a couple of my students right now. They like halfway through their build. So they just got the framing done. So now they finna do the rough plumbing, electrical, and HVAC. So that's like the electrical, the plumbing inside the walls. So we got those the father students that I have. We got 2 people at that stage.
How hands-on are you within this process?
It all depends. I got 2 programs. I got a boot camp and I got a mastermind program. The boot camp is where I show you how to do it. So basically I give you the hard money and the architect, engineering, GC. I give you those connects. And then basically I show you how to find the rest, and then we show you how to get the funding. Basically we help you repair your credit, get you over 720 before we get you the funding. Then we just show you how to build it yourself, how to find your team, how to do everything. Then I got a mastermind program. That's where I walk you through the whole process, holding your hand doing it. So basically I do it with you. So I got like close to 20 students doing that. And that's where I walk them through the whole process of building it. Like it ain't just me just showing you how to do it and you go out and do it, like the boot camp.
Yeah.
So I show you the game, you go to your city and just repeat the process. The mastermind, like a lot of them out of state, majority of them from out of state. And then basically I'm walking, they building where I'm at though, in St. Pete.
Yeah.
So the majority, like over half of them already got their lots. And over 4 or 5 of them got their permit already. So they already building, and it's like some more that's still in the permitting process. So those are the people I'm walking through the whole process.
Damn, that's dope. And you get to see their projects.
Right.
Like
and they come down, like I have boot camps every 3 months. So usually when I throw a boot camp, that's when they come down and they come to the boot camp and then they just look at their project.
Check out their projects. That's so dope, bro.
We don't even got to be there.
Damn. Do you ever just like drive around these neighborhoods seeing like some of your students work?
Every day.
Wow.
But
That's
you see,
dope.
when you look at my Instagram page, that's what you're seeing. You're seeing my work and their work.
That's dope.
My projects, they projects. And a lot of them doing the houses in the front with the ADU in the back.
Yeah.
Because they're keeping it to get like 3 incomes off of 1 piece of property.
Okay. Did you ever have like any ups and downs, like any down periods within this business?
The worst period when COVID, when all the wood and stuff went up. That was like the worst part. Like we was buying like plywood was going for down to $50. Now it may be what, 20, 15, 12, about 20 to 25.
Damn.
So it had no double. And then the concrete went up. Concrete didn't ever go down though, but the wood went back down. But that's when things got a little higher.
Yeah.
But it's still really kind of offset because the property value was higher anyway. So it ain't really hurt us too much.
Yeah, because the value, you may get a little less equity, but it's still a lot, like the 100K, right?
Still way more than anything trying to buy anything.
Exactly. So what would you say is like your long-term vision in terms of this?
Well, basically what I'm doing, my whole plan is to get the team just building big stuff like this, stuff that you see out the window. That's gonna be us.
Buildings.
Like we're gonna be doing buildings, apartment complex, subdivisions. Like we just taking it to the next level.
Yeah.
All these big buildings that you see around here, that gonna be us.
What you think is that first step to get into that? Or are we living that first step right now?
It's just basically me getting myself together. Basically, I gotta grow for them to grow. Like it's like they go off me, they vibe off me. Whatever if I say this, what we gonna do, and this how we need to do it. They looking for me to lead them.
Yes,
so
sir.
I gotta learn it before I can teach them.
Yeah. Okay. What would you tell your 19-year-old self?
My 19-year-old
with
self.
the knowledge you have now.
I tell myself that, you know, don't play with yourself. Like, don't waste a dime out here, you know, in the streets trying to be worried about what people thinking about you. Like, get out here and just find a way to get money. Like, you want to also get your credit together, because you can leverage credit way better. You could do way better than you can leverage your own cash. Like, cash only go so far because you only got so much of it. But credit, you could be, one day you could go get $200,000, $300,000 worth of credit. It could take you 10 years to get that in cash.
Right.
So it's like, once you get that credit,
that shit take forever.
get that credit, it'll change your life.
Yeah. So what was one of your most proudest fulfilled moments while doing, you know, this business?
Basically, one of my proudest moments was me just getting a house done, getting a house built. Like, coming from where I've come from and being what I've been through. Like, when I was in prison, you know, one thing that stuck out to me, they said 85% of y'all will be back. So it's like, my whole thing was to be like, I can't be that one of them 85%ers.
Do you ever see anybody you ever
all
like,
the time,
damn,
that I was locked up with?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I seen some go back.
Damn.
And I seen some get out and get killed.
Damn.
Like, it's crazy. Like, so it's like, me seeing myself like where I'm at. Like, a lot of people, you know, look at me to like I'm like a hero. Like, I'm the one that made it out of the crowd. Like, but it's like, to me, it's like, I just didn't, you know, I really wasn't. Basically, like, us, like, when we coming up in the streets, we really ain't about that life, but we just learning to adapt to our environment. So a lot of people really ain't really that type of person, but we just adapting to where we at.
So how important is your environment to you? Like, especially now that, you know, people seeing your success. I know you have family members, people you grew up with that's hitting you up constantly.
Right.
You know, I want to learn the 100K play too, right? So in terms of your environment, are you going to these different events, things like that? Like,
yeah, like,
how important is that?
That's real important. Like, you got to get away. If you stay in the area that you've been in your whole life, you really ain't gonna never come up. Because the people that you're looking for, you're gonna learn from, ain't gonna be in that area. They gonna be in other places. Like, everybody that helped me, you know, do what I do to get the 100K play is from different states. Nobody from here was helped me get to that stage. It was other people from other states.
Strangers that you meet.
If I would have never been in all the groups that I was in or going to them seminars I was in, you know, I never would have been doing what I was doing what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I never, you know, was a talkative person. I never would have got up and teaching nobody. It was just me doing my thing in the background and just making my money that way. But, you know, it was somebody that came to me and they was telling me, like, you know, you doing something different. You need to teach this to somebody. But I was like, man, I'm not no teacher. I don't do that. And then he just found a way to make it happen.
I feel that same way, especially into the teaching, right? Because you start off by making money yourself, you get super excited, and then you may teach somebody or spark that idea in somebody, and they may make it happen without even, you know, getting mentorship or something.
Right.
And that, seeing them make money just off an idea, sparks that idea like, damn, I could really start teaching this, right? I see you post a lot of content, right? So let's talk about that. Talk about the importance of content and, you know, marketing your message.
It's just about you just letting people know what you do. Like, when you start letting people know what you do and what you got going on, you're going to get a lot of stuff coming your way that you ain't never looked for. Like, I done met all type of people doing it, like celebrities, people I never thought that, you know, was looking at what I'm doing. Like, they basically hitting me up, liking what I'm doing. So it's like, it's crazy how, you know, I be getting, you know, DMs all the time about people saying that, like, I help inspire them. Then I got to see a couple people, you know, street people, you know, that's actually building now. And they said they got it because they were looking at me and looking at my footage, looking at all I do, buying the ebook. And they just got that, and, you know, a lot of people, all they need to do is just get the game and they can run with it. So everybody ain't got to get the mentorship. That's just for the people that don't believe in themselves.
That want the extra help.
Right. If they don't think they can do it themselves, they're going to come get the mentorship. But if the people that just need the game, they'll come to the boot camp, get the game from the boot camp, and they can just get out until they sit and just run circles with it. Like, you know, once you learn that, it's a skill that you're getting. So it ain't like I'm selling you nothing. I'm giving you a skill, like a school, like a trade school. Once you learn that, you know, you can make millions off it.
That's a bar right there. So where can these people follow you?
I'm at Andy Buy Houses on Instagram, mostly Instagram, but I'm on TikTok and YouTube also.
Okay.
But Instagram go the hardest.
Make sure y'all tap in, all right? And if you guys want to learn how to flip land, right? So you guys could build on that land, make sure you text land at 813-687-8867. Game changers. Yes, sir.